Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the BYOB, Be Your Own Bank Profit Call. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tasha M. Dyer, the Trade Whisperer, creator of the BYOB Cash Out Strategy. So, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good morning, good morning. So, as you log into the line this morning, I want you to go ahead and drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat. Let me know where you're calling in from. And also drop those affirmations, guys. Drop it in the chat where you're calling in from, along with those affirmations. We want to make sure that we are starting with the right mindset as we power down for the week, right? We know we don't power down though. We always go hard and everything in excellence. So, but this is our last profit call for this week. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, the last one. All right, so let's go ahead and let me see as I get this set up. Definitely want to make sure you guys are still dropping it in there. And that means no matter where you're joining us in from. So hopefully you're also, connected to our YouTube channel, right? Also, our Facebook page. Anything you need for success, be your own bank. We are here to support you and here to make that happen. All right. And so, all right, ladies and gentlemen, let me see. Who do we have on the line? There's quite a few of you all. So I should definitely be looking for quite a few affirmations, right? Definitely should be looking for quite a few affirmations. So let me see. Who do we have on the line here this morning? Let me see here. All right, all right. So I say good morning, Orlando. Good morning, Minnesota. Good morning, Cleveland. Good morning, Columbia. Good morning, Milwaukee, Cleveland. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, South Carolina. Good morning, Milwaukee. Good morning, Toledo. Good morning, Baltimore. Good morning, Los Angeles. Good morning, England. Good morning, Wisconsin, Oak Creek, Wisconsin. Good morning, Cleveland. Guys, so keep dropping it in the chat where you're calling in from. And also those affirmations. We want to make sure that we're dropping those as well. Now, those affirmations are mindset shift. That mindset is I am an educated BYOB master trader anointed for wealth. I am the signal. All my trades in and profit. I am 777, right? That is what we're looking for. All right. You want to make sure you're operating in that. And so I'm going to go ahead. Good morning, Minnesota. I'm going to go ahead and get my screen share together. And as I do that, guys, good morning, Los Angeles. As I do that, I want you to drop it in the chat. Let me get a 111 if you are new to this call. And let me get a 222 if you are still learning how to cash out. 111 and a 222. All right, welcome back. Welcome back. All right, so let me see here. All right, had to get that news populated in there. Had to do that. Now, as we're looking right here, and as you can see, what I want you to see is you can look and you see that we have some red folders this morning. Now, on our morning call, we talked about that. We talked about the red folders. We talked about it actually happening in between, and for us to kind of pay attention and to kind of see what is actually going on in the market, right? That is actually what we discussed. Now, understanding that, right, and knowing what we discussed, which hopefully you guys paid attention to it, because we kind of did some setups and trying to see what was going to happen in the market, right? And you see that GBP USD actually has dropped down. You guys probably took profit by now. Definitely should have had some 777 from this morning's call on that one. We talked about GBP CAD breaking through here. All right. You see where it looks like finally got a little break. Now we're going to go through and we're going to actually see what's transpiring here. I know another thing that we were waiting on is Bitcoin to kind of break through here, right? So kind of got it look like today is going to be a really good day from the standpoint of being empowered financially. Now, this is the indice call, so we're going to start here. I know I always kind of do like a little recap from what we discussed this morning. I always do like a little recap. This is that CAD JPY. Let me see if that's the one. Where are my notes? Actually, that's from yesterday. That's yesterday's trade playing out. We didn't really go back and go over that one again, but that is actually yesterday's trade playing out. And so we'll come back to these if we have time based on, we'll come back to these as we have time, just kind of based on what's happening. But good morning, Jacksonville. But we're just going to pay, attention, and we're going to start with the indices because that's the type of call that this is. So I'm going to find a clean chart because I know if you're joining us, right, this is our markup from the week. This is what we've been doing from the week. And the reason behind that is I want you to start understanding how the market flows, right? I want you to start understanding, like, how the market moves. And so definitely I want you guys to, get that feel. And that's why we're doing that. Look at that 777, right? That's so we want to make sure you're doing that. And so, right. So we want to, kind of see how it is. However, we're going to actually come in here and we're going to start analyzing from a new trade. Okay. We're going to start analyzing from a new trade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull these indices back up. Actually, let me put the countdown to the side. Let me grab that. So good morning. I see you guys still logging in. I see you. I know you can't see what I'm doing, but it's coming. It's pulling back up. I just had to get those settings in. And it just didn't show. Okay, I'm like, it didn't show. I was like, let's try this one more time. There it is. So I want that countdown, that real price, where you can actually see the real price on the side. Add this countdown calendar, make sure that we're all right here. All right. So now our chart appears to be set up. So when I come over here, when you start trading and you click this button, okay, you start trading and you actually click that button, what happens is this is how the chart pulls up. Okay, this is how the chart pulls up. And when the chart pulls up like this, what you want to do is begin your analyzation. Now, this is triggered for a sale. We're going to walk through the BYOB cash out strategy. We're going to make sure, that we're going to make sure that you guys actually see, how we got from here to here. All right. How do we go from here to here? Now, understanding the strategy, let's talk that first. And then after we talk that, then what we're going to do is come in and show you the analyzation and where we are. So strategy, now we're on the 5-minute chart, okay? BYOB cash out strategy. Right now we're on the 5-minute chart. Understanding we're on the 5-minute chart. This is definitely where we need to be because, we have so much liquidity, okay? Now, what am I looking for? That blue line cross over the red in an upward momentum around the 20. Now, we had a deep conversation about this 20 and the 80 this morning. So go back and watch our live stream if, for some reason you were not able to join us, because we all know we're plugged in, you win, right? So we were, but I do know that, for whatever reason, you want to go back and you want to watch that live stream. So here we are, that blue line cross over the red in an upward momentum. Now, what I'm looking for is a green candle with a flat bottom and a PSR flip to the bottom, all right? So that's what we're looking for, okay? This right here, this is what we're looking for. Now, blue line cross over the red in an upward momentum, green candle, flat bottom, PSR flip to the bottom. That's the BYOB cash out strategy. But we also want to make sure we implement every phase of this. So that's the strategy. And now what we want to do is look for a time frame confluence. Because I am on the 5-minute chart, I am going to go to the 30. Now, when I go to the 30, we got that GBP. So when I go to the 30-minute chart, you can see where we began to push up. Like you can see right here where we began to buy. It's right here, all right? And so as you're looking at this, now we understand that would have been a valid trigger. I dropped down to my lower time frame, still buying. So you would have taken that trade to your first support resistance line, which we technically would have taken profit. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna drop this right here. It's not going to be blue because we're not at a psych level, but I'm going to drop that right there so you guys can see, where we are, and how it's actually interacting. So now what I want to be able to do is let's look at our higher time frame, right? Let's look at this. So here, we're going to do a top-down analysis. And we're also going to analyze this one. So when I do my top-down, you can see how significant that take profit, where we drew that support resistance. So we need to squinch up our charts and we need to understand where we are. And as you can see, I have quite a bit of resistance and quite a bit right there. Look at my 4 hour. You can still see where we rejected. We talked about that earlier this week right here. And you can definitely see where we are. Now I can put a trend line on here, right? 1, 2, follow through, right? 1, 2, follow through. And based on what we've been training on, I want you to see how this reacted to that trend line, okay? Does it make sense now? You see where we pulled up, it came back and retested. It had some rejection right here. I would have to drop down for you to kind of see. It wasn't a lot of rejection, but you can see that you got to go a little bit lower to see all the rejection. Come back up, you see where it retested that trend line, and then it began to push up. And now this is where we are, all right? So that's the historical trade. So now let's look at this 5 minute. 5 minute trigger for a sale, okay? So my blue line crossed over the red. It's not, I really wouldn't say it's crossed. It's pointing down a little bit, but it's kind of there. Now let's look at my 30. Look at my 30. Do I have confluence for a sale? Somebody help me out. I'm looking at live market right now, live market right here. Do I have confluence for a sale? Yes or no? Exactly. We do not. So look at my master traders, our BYOB master traders. So now, right, do we understand? So even though, like, before I even talk about that, you see, there's nothing giving me indication for a sell. Can I drop down to my 15? Now, understand if the things that we have a lot of liquidity on, we can drop down. Can I drop down to my 15? Looking for some new yeses or some new nos? New yeses, new nos, new nos, new yeses. Tell me why you say not necessarily. I'm gonna go with no. And I do want, and this is why I'm asking these questions, because in order for us to be able to drop down, let me put this horizontal line on here, or vertical line. Let's do it this way, not horizontal. So in order for us to be able to drop down where we are currently in the market, because we're analyzing a live trade, it has to tell me something. It has to give me some sort of, no, it's not confluence. But in order for me to drop down, the market as its current situation right now has to be telling me that there is something that I can drop down with. It's giving me something that look like it's about to start changing, right? So, right, let's go back to the car that we use often. Is my blinker on, right? Is my blinker on? Am I in the turning lane? What indication is it giving me? Like, so basically if I drop down, it's kind of like you thinking, exactly, it's just going up. It's kind of like you thinking like, that's like that red turn, like right turn on red. I'm saying red turn on right. No, a right turn on red. That's kind of like, it's something like the cars will let you out. You know what I mean? Something that there's nothing here that says it's about to shift or it's about to change. Look at that. Look how strong. Let me move this out of the way. Look how strong that stochastic is going up. Look at this green candle. And that's why I asked the question, because I say it and I talk it through, but I need to know where you guys are. I need to know that you're hearing me. I need to know that you're implementing this when we get off this call. So even if I would have dropped down, all you see is rejection, but I just want you to know that that's not the case. So even though we're dropped down right here, it's a very, very, very valid trigger, because we are having some rejection right there, all right? We definitely are having some rejection right there. Now, even though this has happened, there's nothing here that says, hey, you should be able to look down. So this is where you practice that patience and that understanding, okay? So now So it's a valid trigger. We just need to know what the market's going to do. Now I want to come on up here, and you can definitely see where we are as far as the support and resistance line. And now look what's happening. So this is where we are. You can see where this kind of pulled up. We even have a PSAR flip on a 4 hour. So it's very, I wouldn't say needed, but that's definitely an indication. That's definitely an indication, because there are other indications. So that's why I wouldn't say needed, but that is definitely one of the indications, you know, that allows you to drop down. Okay. So this is kind of strong right here, even though we kind of flatline. The fact that this happened is kind of strong. We're flatline because we're rejecting off of here, right? We're flatline because we're rejecting off of here. But I love the participation and I love the answers. So look. That's what you meant. I love it. Look what just happened. Look what just happened. Now you see why that shift happened? Let's analyze it. You see how that trigger just came in? Remember, the vibrato is a if this, then that. So it's scanning the market, but you still have to come analyze, okay? So now we got a 5-minute trigger for a buy. An hour ago, we had a trigger for a sell. Now we have a trigger for a buy. So when I do, and actually that was before the news too. I just want to put that out there. So here we go. My 5-minute right here, okay? My 5-minute. And as I'm looking, you know, as I'm looking at my, as I'm looking for my 5-minute, you can see it's called in a correction, right? Right? So then now I want to check my 30. When I check my 30 as what we just discussed, do you see how this is always called in a correction? You see that? All right, we see it? Okay. Now, does that answer the questions that we've been getting this week and last week about it's called in the correction? All right. All right, so come up here to my 30. You can kind of see right here, all right? So let's go to my hour. When I'm here on my hour, you see the rejection. So when that bell rings, we need to break this. When that bell rings, we need to break this before we do any buy. You look like we're trying to get ready for it, all right? But I look at how this is starting to try to break through. This, remember, this is correcting. This tightens up your entry, okay? I don't want y'all entering in a pullback. I don't want y'all doing that, okay? I don't. That's how, wait, who we got a hot mic? Yeah, I like them hot mics. But now you should see higher time frames do what? Higher time frames do what? We've been saying it all week. Let me see. Higher time frames do what? Y'all didn't know y'all was having a pop quiz this morning, did you? Mid time frames do what? Right. My mid time frames do what? Exactly. My lower time frames do what? Exactly. Look at y'all. Everybody passed. Everybody passed. You passed. You see, you didn't know you was having a pop quiz. Says, can I explain again what the candles with the wicks on both? Can I explain again what are the candles called with the wick on both? That's a doji candle. So that's a doji candle. But when you're talking about wicks, let me show you something. And then we're going to go look at everything else. So let's talk about wicks. So let's answer this question, because I want you guys to not focus on that. Like, I know when you go through the academy, they talk to you, they train you on candles. We even have taught on candles. You know, we got a training on YouTube from a while back where, you know, understanding how to read the candles, right? What each candle means, the different types of candles. So we've trained on that. But I want you to pay, these are Higanashi candles, okay? So you're welcome. This is a difference between Higanashi candles. So right here, this is a wick on the 4 hour, okay? I want y'all to stay right here. That's a wick on the 4 hour. When I drop down to the 30 minute, Look at how much more body, all of this is wick on the 4 hour. Look at how much more body is in here. Come down to the 15. Look at all of this activity that you see that's happening. When I come down to my 5 minute, I want you to look at all of it. Look at all of that that's inside of here, right? You see all of that? So you see all of that that's inside of here, and you see all that activity. So on a higher time frame, it might look like a wick, but you got to drop down. You have to look, and that's where you actually see the activity, okay? Just want to make sure we're aware. So I'm going to put this back on a 5 minute. We're going to come back over here, and we're going to wait on the bell for the US 30. So that's how we ended up here, guys. And so now you can see that trend line where it had been moving. In order for us to get an uptrend, we've got to break this level right here. And so that's that 35. So we'll have them both up. Hopefully you have yours up as well. Now, NASDAQ, right? They had the space launch. I don't not, unless everybody mad about it, right? I don't know their sentiment, but that's technology. NASDAQ is technology. And that's from wealthy people being able to go into space, right? Or to go. So they did do that. I don't know. I'm not trying to go to, maybe because I'm claustrophobic. I don't know. I'm not trying to go in the space. I'm not trying to take a car ride in a tight car. I want to be comfortable. So, but it's still technology, right? It's still technology. And you can definitely see, how this is reacting. Exactly. Like, what is wrong with these people? Just send me the pictures. Just send me the pictures. I can't do it. Now, so that's the NASDAQ. Let's look at here. Now, let's look at this, our S&P. Now I'm gonna start up here from a higher time frame, right? I'm gonna start here. Let me put this on here. 1, 2, pull through. This is where we started getting that wave, right? So 1, 2, 1, 2, follow through. And now you see it broke. It looked like a little retest. It didn't come all the way back down here, but you can see like the retest. You see how I didn't try to make and adjust my trend lines and all that other stuff, right? So you definitely can see that. Okay, we got rockets in the chat. So you definitely can see that. So now let's wait. Let's just get this one ready as well. Anything you guys got a question on? Guys, everybody doesn't trade indices. So pull up your GBPs, pull that stuff up too. Why wait on that bell? And do you see there's structure inside of structure? Can I make another trend? I just kind of want to point that out, but we're going to wait and see what actually happens with this. So now let's come over here. Look what gold did. Didn't I tell y'all gold? See? Now, gold look like it's trying to close out this whole little thing. Now, but when I say didn't I tell y'all gold, it wasn't like to go trade it. I said make sure you don't counter trend trade it. Is really kind of what we talked about, because I didn't really give a real good, or a real deep down analysis. Why is it not switching when I click it? There we go. So gold is still pulling for a sell, right? We just talked about a little bit, and I told you guys don't counter trend trade it. But it finally broke that line and it came down. So it's been kind of hanging out down here. And so it actually closed this out. So if it's going to keep going, then you kind of want to, you want to let it get kind of past this zone. It's not, look, you see how I did that? I just looked up. So it's not that it's you can't take some of this sale in here because that's a lot of money in here. But for a nice, movement, you kind of want to pay attention. And let's say we're not just going to automatically drop down to the psych level. But I do want you, you got the 1750 in here, the midpoint for a cycle level right up in here. So look at that, guys. Look at that. See, that wasn't even playing, right? That wasn't even playing. You see it? You see how it's right there on that box that we just drew when we look left and paid attention? Y'all see that? And so then you kind of want to pay attention. Let's put the quarter point on here. Let's put the quarter point on here. Right? Let's put that quarter point. You see here's all of this right here? So you kind of see that quarter point. So gold is going to give you opportunity. When this finishes closing out, gold should give us opportunity to close out in here. But I want you to be mindful because look at all the construction it had over to the left. Look at how every time it got in this area, how it consolidated. Like this is March. This is March. So look at what happened here. Look what happened here. Look what happened here. So remember, consolidations happens around those psych levels. So just kind of want to, as we prep, some of you guys will take profit on gold. I know where I trained Eve at. Is she on here this morning? She might be. I know she was earlier. She was, so she might have fell off. But I just want to, you know, because I know that's one of her faves. So just kind of want to, you know, kind of point that out. Now let me see here. Bitcoin just come through for us. Let's go ahead and break. Did anybody take the trade I told y'all that to, you know, really look out for with Bitcoin? Anybody? Anyone? Because I know I talked to you guys about Bitcoin over this week. And so you guys should have actually made quite a bit of money on Bitcoin. I was talking to you guys about Bitcoin, so y'all really should have made some money on Bitcoin. But I still say watch for it. If it breaks through here, you know, Bitcoin surges. So kind of wait for it. And we did have a trigger for, look at all of this. And the 4 hour, let's look at the 4 hour real quick. Let's look at the 4 hour. So my 4 hour just called for a buy. So that's normally called in a correction. So if I got a trigger off my 4 hour, where's my confluence? Where's my confluence? That's that bonus question instead of pop quiz. Where's my confluence? Anybody gonna get the bonus question? Exactly. So now why don't we do this one that often? Because a correction to the daily can be a nice move, right? A correction to the 30-minute off the 5 is not a nice move. A correction on a daily on there is a nice move because it take one candle, we get one candle a day. So just imagine all the activity that takes place. So if that triggered, right? So you look at this, it just triggered on a 4 hour. That means there's an expectation of a nice move up. And so what we're looking for, so this just happened, like since we've been on this call. And we've been talking about Bitcoin all week. And you see that even with that pull down that we saw, even with what we saw, look at what Bitcoin is doing, right? So does it look like you got any pullback or drawback in these two candles? No, that's what I mean. So if I look, just to kind of paint the picture, I know we got about 2 minutes. I just want to paint this quick picture. If I put this over the last 2 days and I drop down to my 4 hour, you're going to see some red candles in there, right? You see those red candles? If I go to my hour, you see a lot more, but overall the movement is still up. So a correction on the daily is significant. You can have some sales. I don't have time to drop all the way down and do it like I want to, or maybe we'll come back to it. But this is where we are. And so that means that this is in a sale on my 4 hour, which you see it is. We just have to break through there because it's trying, but it just has to break through. Even though we're overbought, you know, we don't know how far this correction is going to come, but it looked like it's still going. You guys, does that bring any type of clarity? And if I put this R1, you can see right where we are. I'm going to just draw this on top of that R1, right? And let me get back over there. We need to get over there. I'm in the wrong space. Like, you see how far this can come up? You guys see it? I just want y'all to take profit on Bitcoin. That's all I want. Is that too much to ask? Is it too much to ask y'all to make some money? Is that too much? Good. All right, so now let's see what's going to happen at this bell. Let's see. I'm telling you how the market's going to be your best friend. That's how I want y'all to think about it. Like, so now in this September, to remember, the market is my best friend, right? My best friend. The market is my best friend. My best friend. And we have a bell. So what else do we have? So only one person says it's not too much for me to want y'all to make some money. Only one person. Only one person. Only one person. I'm just saying. Because I thought that'd be exciting. Okay, I'm just saying. Well, now they don't go without saying. You never know. Now you never know. You never know. You never know. They the collective consciousness today. We got jokes. That's funny. That's funny. All right, we're gonna follow him. We're gonna get some movement today. Come on, break out. Just tell her to go ahead and break out. Let's break out. Let's break out. Look where the 1 minute is. The 1 minute. 27 seconds. It looked like let's get out of that zone. Let's get a zone marked up. And so that means you guys should be watching the other ones too. Let's flip over there real quick. We got nice movement here. 15 seconds to that next candle. Oh, wait, it's too far away. We got to adjust the chart. Look at y'all like, come on, break it. It's broke on the 1 minute. This the 1 minute, guys. It's the 1 minute. The 1 minute is already almost up here. So the 1 minute is already almost up here. So look, see, told you. Now let's see where we going. Where are we going? Keep going. Where my S&P? Come on, S&P. I need you to follow suit. We need S&P to follow suit. You see how it wicked out? We don't like wicks. But we need this. That's what we want. So let me see here. Why is my NASDAQ? See, I told y'all, they might not be happy about that launch, but I feel like it's going to reject like I do. It just, see how it's rejecting right there already? All right. If you in anything, right, because I know I'll have some 777s here, you'll see that it's going to pull back. Look at this. I don't like how that's stochastic pointing. I do like this. You should see how, let's go over here. Let's see if we get anything. So you should definitely have a little pullback as it hits on that support line, resistance line, same line, right? You should definitely be experiencing a little bit of that. And then it'll keep going. It just has to break through. Look at my S&P trying to. Now you see the technical is trying to catch up with the fundamentals. Remember how I told you guys this morning that I'll go a different direction and you mess your watch up or your Apple Watch, you mess it up. It's like, hold on, wait a minute. What are you doing? This is not our normal routine. So the technical is trying to catch up with the technical is trying to catch. Come on, can I say it right? What I tell y'all this was going to, didn't I say this was about to bounce off of here? The technical is trying to catch up with the fundamental. That's what I'm trying to say. That's it right there. That's what you're experiencing. Okay. Bitcoin still hasn't broken. I need you to break. Gold should be dropping. Gold is now inside of this thing. So you see gold is inside of here. Gold should be coming down here. What's that, about 1750 to that cycle level? It look like gold is going to pull. Everything moving. Like this is one of them good days. So look at what's happening. There we have it, 777 in the chat. $777. Now, I want you guys, if you are not trading it, okay? If you are not trading it, can we commit to having a demo? Can we commit to coming to these calls with our demo account set up? Can we commit to that next week? Can we make that commitment? Can we make a commitment to start getting a feel for the market? Can we make that commitment? Thank you. Make that commitment to yourself. Okay, I see you. I see you. Look at this. I don't think I seen you do a 777 on US 30 before. I don't think so. I might not have seen it, but come through, come through, come through. Yes, I love it. See, I pay attention now. I do know who do what. So that's that rejection I told you about. The fundamentals is trying to catch up. It's trying to break through that line. Mm-hmm. So look, my fundamentals is trying to catch up. When they break through that line, this is gonna push up. See, look at my hour. Look at my 4 hour. Look at the blue line starting to push back up on this 4 hour. Y'all see that? All right, let me drop back down. All right, NASDAQ, don't start acting crazy. So I know S&P hit around here. So I just want you guys to pay attention. You got to let the fundamentals catch up if you didn't take the initial part of it. You got to let the fundamentals catch up with the technical now, or the technical catch up with the fundamental, because we're going to reject off of here. And then once we finish that, then your next stop will be up here. All right. You always have expectation of like that, how the market is around those areas. I want you now, for those of you all who didn't touch anything, okay, that's fine. Now, let me help you understand something. At the bell, the market moves, okay? At the bell, the market moves. And that's why I said commit to coming with your demo account. Because what I don't want you to happen is I don't want you just sitting on the sideline watching. We're not doing that. We don't do that. This is not a spectator sport. This is all in, right? We're all participating. We're all in this together. We're all going to make some money. So, but I also don't want you just jumping in. You got to practice, all right? You have to feel how the market moves at the bell. It's absolutely no way around that. You have to feel that if you're going to trade at this time. You also have to understand how it moves, like how much profit you can make, how much pullback. And then I also need you to do it realistically, okay? I need you to do it realistically. Realistically states, right? Realistically states that I am going to trade just because I'm in a demo account and demo account give me $100,000. I'm not about to trade with a 0.50 lot size because I'm on US 30. No, we're not doing that, right? We're not doing that. What we're doing is trading with the right mindset, okay? That's what we're doing. And I'm telling you, it works because here it is. We have individuals like on this call this morning that I've never seen drop a 777 on a indice before, but yet they're doing it today, right? It's happening right now. And so I just kind of want to let you know that's why you want to do it. That's why you want to show up. That's why you want to be all in. You want to participate. You want to do that. You don't want to watch us make money. You want to make some money with us, right? See what I tell you is always expect the rejection. Always expect the reaction. All right. Always expect it. Questions, comments, testimonies. Questions, comments, testimonies. That was awesome. Many more. Yes, many more experience the thrill. Absolutely. And also, because I want you to know how to get in, but I also want you to know when to get in. I want you to know that, like, because sometimes we've sat on this call and we're like, nope, it's not lining up. Nope. And then it end up going a certain way. And then I know some of you guys be like, but we have perfect practice makes perfect. We're not doing it. We're not doing that. Like, it's not happening, right? We're not doing it. So don't even come here expecting for us to be risk takers, because this is not gambling. We don't gamble, we profit. Gambling means I might make some money, and you get excited when you make some money. So we don't gamble, we profit. That's what we do, we profit. We profit. That means when I take a trade, all my trades in profit. I have an expectation of that in the market. Like gold almost there, guys. Gold almost there. I have an expectation. I have an expectation that I'm going to win. So I need to just come on through. All right, questions, comments. Exactly. We're not surprised. When my thing take profit, I'll be like, okay, let me go ahead. We're not surprised. We don't do that. All right. So you see how it's pulling back? It's kind of, that's that sentiment. So this is why, let me explain this while we're here. Even though we're like, yes, this should go here. Yes, yes, yes. This is why we set take profits. Let me explain to you how you should do this. Or let me not say should, because everybody's different. So I can explain to you how I would probably do it. Or, I probably wouldn't do it at the bell, because you see how that spiked up and then pulled back down? You would be in that drawback right now. But you want to set your take profit, and then you could do like a buy stop or something like that up there. Like you could kind of put something like that in. Or you can just wait until it passes through, like you know what your take profit will be, and then you just wait, because you don't want to get wicked in a trade, right? It's no such thing as market manipulation. There's no such thing. Let me tell you, they don't care about you. Like they just don't. You're not really that important to them. All right. And so I'm not trying to sound mean, but it's the truth. Like we want to operate in facts and not fiction. So you're really not that important to them. But what happens is these are actual orders taking place. All right. This is when it was weeks like that, I sometimes jumped out learning to understand. Yes, you want to learn the market. That's why the relationship is so important. So that's what I'm saying. Like at these support and resistance lines, orders are taking place. So you're going to have, sometimes it's going to pass the line. Sometimes it's going to stop in front of the line. Sometimes it's going. So it's not that these are like orders taking place for real. So if this thing, let me see what it's trying to do. Those are like orders, like legit, like seriously, realistically taking place. And with those orders taking place, right? With those orders taking place, that's where, we want to make sure that we respect that. And so because it's so much liquidity that get pushed at the bell, that's why I wouldn't have all those things set like that. With all that liquidity that gets set at the bell, you can see, like, look how this wicked up and pull back down right before it pulled back down. So you can definitely see. Let's come over here where we have this all marked up. So even in the midst of us seeing a pullback and a drawback right now, look at what it looks like in the big grand scheme of things. So what do we always talk about? Understanding the market. So if I'm looking at this and I know that it's a support and resistance, and I know if I bring this over, right? If I bring this over and I know where I am at in the market, don't I expect some drawback right here? Shouldn't I expect it to have some resistance? Would I really be able to get through here just easy? Just like smooth sailing? Like you're just gonna roll through a green light at 80 miles an hour? Like, are we gonna do that? No. So just to kind of make it make sense. And then look at my stochastic, right? We talked about that. And that's why I say the fundamentals are trying to catch up with the technical is trying to catch up with the fundamentals. All right. So yeah, the technical is trying to catch up with the fundamentals. All right. Questions, comments, testimonies. See, look, questions, comments, testimonies. Nothing. Who took a trade for the first time? Who took a trade for the first time? Whether it went your way or not, because you see that pullback, that drawback, that shift that happened. Who took that trade for the first time? Not yet. You got better understanding? You gonna come back with your demo account next week? Are you coming with it? Good. Fantastic. And even like we talked about, you see, look at how this is pulling. So you got a little mixed market going on right now. Look at that 777. Bitcoin pulled back a little bit. You got some of that. It's trying to break through. You can see, I can actually, let me do this. So as you're watching Bitcoin and monitoring it, you want to pay attention to all of that that's happening as it's trying to break that pivot line. It's hanging out on that pivot line, right? So you want to pay attention to that. So we don't just want to get in a trade. Gold pretty much what we said. It just did what we did. I wouldn't say more, but you want volatility in the market. You know, let's be clear. Let's make sure we got clear understanding. You want volatility in the market. You want liquidity and volatility in the market. That's not a bad concept. And I know people are trying, oh, it's so volatile, right? So like this is on here every single day, high volatility. High volatility simply means, right? Why is it high volatility? Why is it high volatility? Why? They have quite a bit of liquidity that pushes through the market. So when you think about it, right? When you think about, I was trying to see if I could get like a direct definition of what volatility means, right? Trying to see, hold on. Look like we got some pullback going for the other direction, but just kind of, all right, so I'm gonna just let that right now. But when you think about it, so let me explain this. So the market has different conditions, right? The market has different conditions. And with these conditions, you have different types of markets, which we've trained on. So it looked like it's really coming back down right now. It never caught up. This is still kind of up. So we got a little mixture happening right now. But the reality is, and Bitcoin hanging out in this area too, the reality is the market shifts. So the market goes through its phases as well. You have the economic data. That's why we check the news every single day, right? The economic data is what gives the market its direction. That's where, bankers, they make decisions based on what's flowing and what's pushing out into the market. And so that's why we come here and check this every day. Now, these reports happen in cycles. Okay, these reports happen in cycles. There's only one that I'm aware of, like the Jackson Hole, that happens once a year. So when you click them, like some of them happen every week. Like this is a report that happens every week. This report has never been a red folder, right? It's never been a red folder. It began acting like a red folder during COVID, but it never was previously a red folder. And then also, what's happening right now at this time of the year? What are we doing? What we as people, we look for a new year in January. Well, financial institutions operate on what? What do they operate on? Governments and financial, they operate on what? I'm trying to make y'all help y'all think. Somebody guess. A fiscal year. They operate on fiscal years. When do the fiscal year end? When does a new fiscal year start? Or better yet. So what are they doing with their money right now? What is everybody doing with their money right now? They're trying to close it out. Not July. The fiscal year here, I know they're different in different parts, but the fiscal year here is the fiscal year is October the 1st. That's when the fiscal year starts. The fiscal year is October the 1st. So they are trying to make sure they're closing out budgets. They're trying to make sure all the money's spent. They're trying to make sure they do new budgets for the new year. They're making a lot of financial decisions. So if you see anything that shifts or happens in September, that's why. But that's why I said in the United States. And that's why I clarified it. Because in the United States, that's the dominant currency as far as the US dollar. That's the currency in the major currency pairs. So that's the one that's going to have a lot of impact. Now, that's the one. And then, of course, people are coming off of summer vacation. School is kicking back in, all of those things. So that business activity is kind of picking up. So that's kind of like some of the things that you actually see that's taking place in the market. So all of those things make sense, right? All of those things make sense. We are seriously wicking out over here. So are we gonna come down? Now this is, we wanna pay attention at this pull back down. We wanna pay attention to this trend line. You see it's kind of pausing a little bit right now. If it breaks this trend line, look, see? All right, let's see. Do we bounce off the trend line or do we break the trend line? What are we gonna do? So that's that one. So yes, it did, but now let me help you. Do we understand why we stopped right here? Why we did not go any further than right here? Why was that? Because I'm not going to give you your take profit like that. I'm going to help you identify your take profit. Do we understand why this was our take profit when we bought? Okay, great. Great. NASDAQ, NASDAQ was already aligned for that sale. It's kind of bouncing off here. Like we said, NASDAQ was kind of aligned for that, but I'm not too thrilled about diving in. It wicked down, but that's that initial activity. So not too thrilled about that. We'll see. S&P, I already saw 777s on that one. Definitely. But I'm not too excited about, let's drop this right here. I cannot get excited about, like, look at my hour. I can't get excited about that. I just can't. Now this, we got some mixture. Look at my 4 hour and my hour. My 4 hour is at the 80. My 1 hour is at the 20. That's definitely a little mixture happening right there. All right. All right, let me see here. So that's what that was. So we see we're at that trend line. We need to make sure, see what it's going to do before we do anything else. NASDAQ, it will look like it's already made its decision, what it's going to do. S&P has some mixture in it. Obviously it looks like we're breaking that, but you still have that mixture. That means that hour, if that hour starts shifting, then we know we're selling. The overall momentum is going to be a sell. What we did is, and then also don't try to ride anything out at the bell. Get your money and get out the market. Do not, unless it just start flowing, right? Because you want the market to settle. All right. That's just like the 10 pips and cash out, even though it's not pips. You want the market to settle. Gold is going to break this. I hope y'all took gold. Gold look like it's going to break this. I gave y'all gold. Like I just told y'all. I didn't say it's just I did tell you where the take profit was. And we're now past that. And Bitcoin still hanging out in here. Questions, comments before we close out. Questions, comments before we close out. Do you have some clarity on what we just talked about, what we just did? Is there some clarity? Now, if this breaks this, so let me see here. You kind of see, I want to make sure it's coming across clear. So like, I'm not trying to just ride out. Like, I'm not just trying to just ride this thing out, but I do want to pay attention to what we're doing. Do I have my trend line in two different places? A little bit. Let me come up here. What adjustments? So let me make that adjustment over here because that's not. So since I did that, let's just stay over here. So this is on that support line. We already knew we got, so you can, now your trend lines, you can definitely kind of, like that other one was still good, but I want you to pay attention because you do that 1-2 pull through, right? You do that 1-2 pull through. Now, if this thing pulls down, I would definitely mind this support line right here. And I would mind that support line and I would mind this trend line. I would not ignore it. All right. I would not ignore it. It looked like we're trying to break. So that was our take profit for the buy. And you see now, it looked like we're trying to break through here, which it clears that area. We're going to sell some more. Okay. So now you actually were able to take profit on a buy, and we're going to be able to take profit on a sell. Look at our S&P, that's the NASDAQ. NASDAQ, we already know is coming down, and S&P is actually officially, but I promise you guys, I do not like the 4 hour and the 1 hour. I don't. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't like that. I do not like how that's up. I just don't. I have heard the expression triple witching in relation to third Friday of September. As long as I've been trading, you making me pull out Google. I will say this though. Let me do this and then, because I don't even think. Okay, so it's the expiration of stock options, stock index futures, and stock options contracts of all on the same trading day. This happens 4 times a year. The third Friday of March, June, September, and December, right? So as far as being concerned, not like what you're saying. It just kind of goes back to, like, I didn't know that's what it was called. I know stock options expire. I know all of that. But see, we trade on movement. And so that's fundamentals. So we trade on movement. And as long as you build that relationship with the market, what I don't want you guys to do is start getting worried or start doing any of that. It does this like the vibrato does. If this, then that. If this, then that. Right? If this, then that. So if this, then that. So if I'm going to take a trade, do I have a red folder? No. So that means I can come analyze. Is my blue line crossing over the red in the downward momentum? Yes. Next step. Do I have a red candle with a flat top? Yes. Next step. Do I have a PSR flip? Yes. Next step. Do I have time frame confluence? Yes. Next step. Where am I at in the market? Is it all in alignment? Yes. Next step. Take the trade. If something is not in alignment, then don't worry about it. Because the market, if you haven't noticed, the market matches the fundamentals that it's in alignment with, right? The fundamentals and the technical analysis match, we're good. Just like I'm telling you right now, okay? I'm telling you right now on this S&P, that has nothing to do, like, that has absolutely nothing, like, I don't like this. I don't like how this is there. We're not in alignment. So if anything is happening in the market, I'm not in alignment. What happens is people get worried about stuff and concerned about stuff because they don't take the time to sit down and learn the skill set. That's what happens, right? That's what happens. And when you sit down and you take the time to learn the skill set, you sit down and you take the time to develop the relationship with the market, then you're not going to have to be worried about any of that stuff, right? I just know it's the end of the fiscal year and those things happen. Like December is around Christmas time, you know, so it's just, but the market, you know, is, but I know it's never like, oh, I'm about to take a trade. The only time I think that we've done that, and it was like the oil contracts expiring because of, if you're trading some things, when you're trading a commodity, you know, you want to know, like, kind of that was going to jump the market, but it was well known and well discussed. And it was just like, just don't be in a trade. Just don't be holding the trade right now because the contracts was going to reset the price, right? Because all the contracts were readjusted. Make sense? Hopefully. Don't spaz out about anything. Learn the market. Before COVID, it was nice and trendy, a beautiful trendy market. And you could trade not having great knowledge on a lot of stuff. But now, you know, then Brexit came, then the elections came, and all this stuff came. It's going to always be that case. Will this be on YouTube? It's on YouTube now. So the stream, once this is over, the stream will be there. All right, the stream is going to be there. It's on YouTube now. The same video that is playing right now. So, okay, I'm learning the market, loving the knowledge. COVID is making us better traders. It actually is. It actually is. We made a lot of money with COVID. I'm just saying. And it's actually made a lot of you all focus on skill set. And when you focus on skill set, you're always going to come out on top. So, all right. I don't care what the conditions of the market are. You will always come out on top. It could, because you understand the skill set. All right, guys. But yes, you are on YouTube in that same video. So it'll be on our channel. All right. You guys are welcome. So you know where you need to be tonight, right? You know where you need to be tonight. Tonight. Back on the same exact channel. Back at the same exact place. The same exact, you see the market will start moving again after 10 o'clock, guys. I'm just saying. And I don't care how beautiful this looks. Like, I just don't like it. I need at 10 o'clock, if this gives me a little shift down, then I'm in the money with you. Look, there it is. It didn't even wait. See, there it is. It's 10 o'clock right now. Now I'm happy. All right, guys. I love you. Miss Brownlee.
Yes, Miss Dyer, thank you so much for another wonderful, wonderful week of training, coaching, and teaching. What a mighty God we serve. Great are you, Lord, and greatly to be praised. You are such an awesome God, and you do such awesome things. And you were so gracious that you made us in your image and after your likeness. So that says to us that you have made us an awesome people. And for that, we praise and honor you. 10,000 tongues would not be enough for us to thank you for your goodness and your mercies and your tender loving kindness. Thank you, God, that your good hand is good upon each and every one of us. And we thank you, God, that we are anointed with the responsibility, opportunity, and privilege to turn this world upside right as we reach out to the next million households by March 28, 2022, that they be impacted, empowered, and educated as we are. God, we are so thankful, so appreciative, and so grateful for our awesome dream team, Miss Dyer, Dr. Bythewood, Mr. Rogers, and our second generation of educators, Ms. Anderson, Ms. Brantley, Miss Perry, Mr. Sims, and Pastor Washington, who are such great servant leaders. And God, on this Trust Your Trade Thursday, we thank and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen. And this officially ends this prophet call. And we'll see you tonight at 9 p.m. God bless, and let's go our way, walking under the open heaven in wealth, prosperity, and profit. Bless you.